We start with boxing, and Nottingham's Carl Froch met George Groves head-to-head at Wembley Stadium this afternoon. Tickets for the rematch went on sale at midday and sold out within the hour. As Steve Clamp reports from Wembley, the fight's looking like it's going to be one of a kind.
This will be the location for what's being billed as the biggest fight in British boxing history. Carl Froch versus George Groves, the rematch, will be the first fight ever staged here at the new Wembley Stadium. Today, tickets went on sale. Today, Froch and Groves came face to face for the first time since Carl Froch controversially won the first meeting in a 9th round stoppage. The news conference went by with the usual bad words but little obvious anger between the fighters, although Carl's brother Lee did have to be separated from Groves by security.
What do we do? What do we cuddle or talk about what?
And once outside for photographers, Groves proved that maybe he can still get under Carl's skin. What happened out there? There was a push.
I was whispering something in my ear and being silly, and he just invaded. If anybody invades my space, I don't like it. So that was nothing about disliking George. I was letting him get under my skin. That was just can you just move back, please? So that's all that was. If you get too close to me, I might push you. That's all it is. You know, it's nothing personal. I'm absolutely cool. I'm mentally in the best place I've been in.
You're professional, but I'll speak to my solicitor because we've signed in for a fight on May 31st. Don't expect him to lay any hands on me now. It's supposed to be professional fighters, licensed fighters, and yet he feels appropriate that he can lay his hands on me now. Stupid, childish. He's supposed to be the established champion, 36 years of age. How many fights he had? He still don't know how to act correctly. It's shocking.
And yet Carl knows he must not let Groves get inside his head like he did last time. Froch, as ever, will rely on trainer Rob McCracken from Birmingham to make sure he's as mentally prepared as he is physically. So what did McCracken make of the shove?
You know, Groves is saying things to him in his ear, and you know, there's only so much that people want to listen to, I'm sure. But you know, Carl's in a good place mentally. He's a fighter at the end of the day. He's going to defend his world titles on the 31st, and that's his way of psyching himself up and whatever. But yeah, I think that'll be the end of that. I don't think there'll be any more too close quarters between Carl and Groves, and I think that's the best thing because they can sort it out on May the 31st.
So we've seen a perhaps unsavoury example of the dislike these fighters have for each other, but it is that disdain that is perhaps helping fuel the hype that's surrounding this massive event. It's sold out within an hour. We are told more tickets will go on sale once certain criteria are met by the promoters, and that, for sure, will make this the biggest fight in British boxing history. Steve Clamp, ITV News, Wembley Stadium.
So a fierce press conference there. Football
the
now.
rematch between London boxer George Groves and Carl Froch looks set to beat attendance records after it sold out in less than an hour. Tickets for the Wembley fight in May went on sale at midday, and all 60,000 were gone in 52 minutes. This afternoon, the two men came face to face for the first time since their controversial fight last November. This report contains flash photography.
Squaring up at Wembley. The tension between the fighters boils over. Champion Carl Froch pushes the contender away. The shove angering George Groves.
You lay a hand on me again,
No.
this will be the end of it.
What if again? George, what was your reaction to him pushing you like that?
It's childish, isn't it? We're supposed to be professional. We're supposed to be professional fighters, licensed fighters, and yet he feels appropriate that he can lay his hands on me now. Stupid.
I'm just going to make some room, and that's all I did. I very politely made a bit of room.
He called you
It was very professional, actually, what I did. I made some room. Unprofessional would have been to hit him with a head or a hand or a fist. That would have been unprofessional.
This was a show of strength between two boxers forced into a rematch.
I think Froch needs to finish it here.
Their first fight ended too soon.
He's in trouble. He's taken another one and another, and Howard Foster has stopped it. Wow, that is going to be controversial.
Challenger George Groves stopped by the referee, despite being ahead of the champion Carl Froch on points.
And there's going to be some controversy here.
It's a decision Groves calls a robbery.
The referee showed bias in Carl's favour, but I was winning the fight. I was winning every round. You give Carl a share of maybe one or two of the rounds, but I should have been a mile ahead on points. And at the time when it stopped, it should never have been stopped.
The interest in this fight has been matched by ticket sales. All 60,000 sold out in less than an hour. Now, promoters want to increase the capacity here to 80,000.
It's all about the curfew time. Ideally, we want the fight to start around 10:15. They might want it slightly earlier for an 80,000 capacity, but I'm sure we'll get that resolved.
Do you think it will be an 80,000
yes.
capacity now?
Yes.
80,000 would smash the boxing attendance record. 25,000 saw Muhammad Ali fight Henry Cooper at Wembley in 1963. 40,000 crammed into the stadium to see Frank Bruno beat Tim Witherspoon. But the old Olympic Stadium at White City holds the British attendance record for a fight. 70,000 saw Jack Doyle fight Jack Peterson in 1933. This fight is billed as the biggest in British boxing history, but we'll know at the end of May if it lives up to the hype. Rags Martel, ITV News, Wembley.
A very special sport today from Wembley Stadium.
Yes.
Not for football though, oh no, for boxing.
Nottingham's world champion Carl Froch's upcoming rematch with George Groves is full of spice after a controversial, to say the least, first fight.
Yeah, Colin Hazelden was there as the men squared up in front of the press. Just to let you know though, there is a lot of flash photography.
So they are side by side before what could be the biggest fight in post-war British boxing history. St George Groves and Carl Froch, who, as you can see, refusing to look at the challenger, the double world champion, as they went head-to-head today, almost to try and sell this fight.
And sell it they did today. 60,000 tickets gone within an hour. 60,000, a post-war record. Carl Froch is now part of something very special.
It's just unbelievable, and it's humbling that I'm going to fight in an outdoor stadium this big, an event of this magnitude, and it's sold out in a matter of hours. It's just unbelievable. Just thank you, and I won't let you down. The paying public are going to get a real good night's work from me, and it's going to be enjoyable, so just enjoy it.
The reason it's sold out is the spice. Plenty of disrespect before and after the last fight, which Groves is still angry he lost when the referee stepped in. At first today, though, Carl Froch left confrontation duties to his brother.
People have got to understand this is boxing, it's not tiddlywinks. They've got a code to act within, and it is about respect, but these two don't like each other at all, and they're going to get under each other's skin. And when someone says something in your ear that you don't like, you're going to react. But that's just a taster of what's to come. This is going to be an electric build-up, an electric fight.
Carl seemed to be letting it all go, but then outside, a shove, a moment, tension. Is Groves under his skin?
He turned up, he fought the best he could possibly fight. I fought the worst I could possibly, the worst anybody's ever seen me, and I still got the win. So take from that what you want, but I'm taking the positive side.
In truth, today, Carl seemed the calmer man. But how will anyone be calm on May the 31st when this stadium is packed and roaring?
Absolutely huge interest in this fight in today's press call, as you can see behind me, and that's no wonder when you look at the size of the place they are going to try and fill. Now, of course, here we are surrounded by icons, and of course Carl Froch has become iconic for us, but we don't always get to hear from his challengers in depth in the run-up to fights. George Groves is here. What do you make of today?
A great day. Obviously, we're here and we're going to put on a good show. Tickets have already sold out for the fight.
Today it felt a little bit like you might be trying to get under Carl's skin a little bit, the business with the Rubik's Cube and all the rest of it.
In the first fight, build-up, I had to be a little bit more aggressive to let people know about myself, that I'm here and I am a worthy challenger. Everyone who's seen the first fight knows that, so I don't need to be that person anymore. I can be much more chilled, I can sit back and play my Rubik's Cube.
But he also knows you now, and he's right, isn't he? He will be more focused, he will be more dangerous, won't he?
He can be more reckless and therefore more dangerous. I believe that. I don't think he can do much more different. Carl's set in his ways when in fights. He's 36. He's always boxed the same. It'd be hard to teach an old dog new tricks, and it'd be hard for a leopard to change his spots. That's where Carl was at. I'm the mongoose. Carl's the cobra. You Google it.
George, thank you very much indeed, much appreciated. George Groves, who will be Carl Froch's challenger. It is massive. Look at all the interest behind us. You can follow it, of course, on BBC East Midlands today, all of the build-up. On the football again, just a reminder, late kick-off tonight at 11:20. Stan Collymore is the guest with Manish Bhasin and all your football roundup.
Colin Hazelden. Gosh, dogs, cobras, leopards, mongoose, was it?
Mongoose, yes. What's the plural of mongoose?
Mongeese.
Is it mongoose?
No idea.
Not so
Sounds
sure
about right. You'll know, won't you, Kay?
Mongai?
Mongai.
Who knows?